Hello. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to coding games for the web using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. For the sake of simplicity, all coding and testing will be done within a Chrome browser, so that is our first requirement. Second is the ability to create a folder. Once you have a Chrome browser running on your computer, we can begin. Firstly, I will begin by creating a root directory. So you will see me open my files directory, and within my files, I will create a new folder, and I will name that folder YouTube Tutorial. This will be referred to as my home directory or my root directory from here on out. Within this directory, I need an index.html file. So I'm going to open a simple text editor, which is what I use. You can use any text editor you wish. In that text editor, I'm going to have a new file. Within that file, I'm going to specify doc type HTML exactly as it's written here. I'm going to open and close my HTML tags, open and close some head tags within the HTML tags, and you'll notice the / within the second tag. That's what makes it the closing tag. Every HTML document needs a head and a body. And within the head, I'm going to specify a relation link. It's going to say link rel equals style sheet in parentheses with an href equaling in parentheses again, not parentheses, quotation marks, YouTube tutorial.css. That is what we're going to name our CSS file. So you see me end the link tag there. Also within the head is where you put your title tags. It is an opening and closing title tag. And within the opening and closing title tag, you put the title of your website, and that's what will appear in the browser tab at the very top. So I'm going to write YouTube tutorial. Every HTML document needs a body. That is what shows up in your website. So you open and close a body tag underneath the head tags, and within that we're going to put just the simplest hello world. That is our body. We're going to save this as, so that we are able to name it. We're going to navigate to our YouTube tutorial root folder or root directory, and we're going to save this as index.html, and it's very important that you name it index. Now that that's saved, we can test it. And like I said, we're going to do all this within a Chrome browser. So all I do is I navigate back to the file in the directory, in the root directory, and I right click or alt click and open with either view, or it may say open in Chrome, but mine says view. And there you have it. In the browser, you'll see our file path, which is where we're holding the file. And then it says hello world, just like we told it to. Now, we have to actually create this CSS file that we are linking to. So, create a new file, save it as, in the root directory, we're going to save it as youtube.css, just like we said we would. Or YouTube tutorial.css, excuse me. Click save. And the easiest way to test that this is working and that we've linked it properly is to grab the HTML and give it a background color. So type exactly as you see here, HTML, and then open and close curly braces, and then within those curly braces you type all lowercase background-color :blue semicolon. Now if you've done this correctly, your index should link to that CSS file and turn the background blue, just like it did. Okay. The next step is to include a JavaScript file in our index.html. So what we do is, just above the closing body tag, we open and close a script tag. And within the script tag, within the opening tag, within the actual tag itself, we have to specify a type. And we say type equals text /JavaScript. And the source of this script is going to come from src equals YouTube tutorial.js. So back in the, we're going to save this as or no, I'm sorry, we're gonna create the JS file now. So we create a new file, then we save that as, in the root directory, we save it as YouTube tutorial.js and save. Now, to test that we've linked properly to this, the quickest way I know to do that is to grab the body tag here and to add something to that hello world that is already inside of it. Let me format real quick so everything is a little bit easier to read. So here in the JS, we're going to tell it, first, we're dealing with the document. This is the document that is being served in the browser. From that document, we want to deal with the body. And the body is already part of the document. There's nothing special that you have to do. Just say document.body. And of the body, we're dealing with the inner HTML, the HTML that is inside the body tags. And to it, we're going to plus equal something. That means we're going to take something and add to it. And what we're going to add to it is colon space, it's me. So now, if we've done this properly, when we go here and refresh, it should link to that JavaScript file, and it should add to the hello world. You see that it hasn't, so my first instinct is to inspect the page by right-clicking and then clicking inspect, and it will open up your console. There are no errors, so it must be something with my code. And if you'll notice here, I actually put in HTML instead of inner HTML. So now that I've corrected that, I refresh, and there, lo and behold, it says, hello world, it's me. What is actually happening is that the JavaScript is grabbing the body of your inner HTML tag, or the body tag, and it's taking the inner HTML hello world that is already there, and then it's just simply adding, the plus equal means add to what is already there, and it's adding the it's me, and then that is why it says it there. So if this works, it means you've properly set up your coding environment, and we can get started.